Welcome back. It is Vlogmas Day 5. So today I thought I'd take you on a little driving tour of Kailua, Oahu, Hawaii. This right here is the road into Kailua from the H3. Now this is pretty common. It's backed up like this every day. This is 5 o'clock on a Tuesday. Luckily, Dale knows a back way, so we can bypass this and get into Kailua without having to sit in all this traffic. But this is the road that takes you to one of the main roads in Kailua. Now, this is the other side of Kailua, closer to the beach. Fun fact, this is the road that we drove down when we first got into Kailua ever. We flew into Honolulu, we got ourselves settled, and we decided to check out Kailua because that's what I had been researching online. And this is how we came down this road. We kind of fell in love with Kailua. It's just completely different than anywhere else. Now, this is going to take you around this circle and into Kailua Beach Park. Now, this is just one half of it. It's kind of split. You pull in here and kind of pull out another area that you can't really see. It's covered by houses and whatnot. Now, these houses, some are nice. You can see right here, this one's pretty nice. Some are not so nice. This one's for sale, and it kind of looks okay in the video, but it's pretty shacky-like, but it's probably $1 million, I would imagine. Now, the ocean is just on the other side of this little hill. I'll take you down and I will show you the beach closer. Now, this is 5:30-ish at this point, Kailua, Hawaii, on a Tuesday. The sun was setting, and yes, the water is always that color, and it's probably 80 degrees in the water. It's been kind of cloudy and rainy and windy this particular day, so it might be a little bit cooler, but the water is very warm. There aren't many people in the water. There's a guy that is doing some wind sailing, I think, kite surfing. I'm not sure the difference, but he's in the water. There are some people swimming you can't see in the pictures, but it's a pretty popular place, and there are a lot of people on the beach all day long throughout the season. See that guy? People hanging out. People like to hang, drink wine, read their book. It's kind of a popular place for many activities. Now, this is a canal that runs into the ocean, or the ocean runs into the canal. Not sure which way it goes. And this is Buzz's Steakhouse coming up, and this is like a very popular place in Kailua. Now, on the left is Kailua Beach Park, and there's quite a bit of parking here, which is not normally the case, especially on the weekends. You cannot find a parking in the parking lot, on the street, within a block away. It's pretty crazy. If you want to go to the beach, you better get there early, even just to find a space to park, let alone find a space to park it on the beach. So it's pretty popular. It's voted one of the top 10 beaches in the world, if not number one. I'm not sure, but I know it's one of the top 10 beaches, and the sand is amazing. It's like sugar sand. Way better than Waikiki. Of course, we checked that out. And aside from being busy, the sand is super rough, hurts your feet, but it's popular because that's what everybody knows. Between Waikiki and the North Shore, they think that's all there is to the island. But Kailua is way better. It's so much nicer. And we're on our way now up into Lanikai. And that is like a fancier area of Kailua. So it's Lanikai, Kailua. There's the pillbox hike, which kind of gives you buns of steel. We heard when we first got here, that trail's kind of coming up. And this is just another view from the road of the ocean there, and kind of how pretty it is. And the clouds are kind of neat this particular day. It's generally pretty sunny in Kailua, though. So now, coming up the road into Kailua, not Kailua, Lanikai, there's the Lanikai Monument. I'm not sure what it is. We call it the lighthouse. It is not a lighthouse, but see, there it is. I don't know. It's just a marker monument. These people have the best view period. There's just a cliff. There isn't any sand, but we saw somebody had their door open and you could see right through, and it was just water. It's like they were on a boat. It was pretty amazing. Now, this is the beginning of Lani Kai Loop. There's one way in, one way out. You kind of go in a circle, hence the name Loop. But there are a lot of people walk their dogs. They walk, they run, ride their bikes, just kind of socialize. So, you know, ritzier neighborhood. There are, of course, some not so ritzy houses, but in general, they're pretty expensive. The house we just passed on the left, I think it rents for $5,000 a month. I looked it up. There's one on the other side of the loop that's $6,100. Granted, it's furnished, but doesn't include utilities. It's 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And I think there's a house in the back. There's always 2-3 houses on one property. You got to share the yard, all kinds of stuff. It's pretty difficult to find single family. It's just you, your own space, period. That's it. It's pretty difficult to find. Everybody has an Ohana unit behind their house or in front of their house or attached to their house, on top of their house, below their house. You name it. There's extra dwellings. But it's so expensive to live here, and space is at a premium, so you kind of have to pile on top of each other. But luckily for us, we did find just a single family house with the garage, not attached to anybody. But a dream would be to live here somewhere in Lani Kai. I know the right house will appear someday and we'll be able to live here. Now we're coming up towards the end of the loop, and then obviously you just loop around and you go back down. And this is the road that's closest to the ocean. So the ocean is only one house away to the right as you're looking at the screen. So it's super close. Now we're going to try to see if we can stop at some of these public right-of-ways to the beach so you can see the ocean and how close it really is if you were to live here. The short walk you'd have just to go to the beach. You could even just stroll in the evening. See, that one's difficult to see because it's kind of the jungle one, we call it, but it's got lots of bushes and whatnot in it, so you can't really see the ocean. But there are more coming up that kind of have just a direct line of sight to the ocean. Now, there is so many plumeria trees down this street that when it's breezy like it was this particular day, all you smell are plumeria trees, and it's pretty amazing. It really is. It is. There are some neat things about Hawaii. I will be making a video shortly about the differences of Hawaii compared to other places because it is very, very difficult living here. Things are different. It's almost like a different country without being a different country. Now, this particular day was just super beautiful with the clouds. I thought it was pretty awesome. And you saw some houses with the Christmas lights, which are kind of different. We're going to get into that a little bit too because it's 80 degrees and it's December and that's kind of the low and it's hard to get into the Christmas spirit, but we're trying. I've got a video planned, or a couple Christmas videos planned coming up. See, right there, public right-of-way, you can see directly to the ocean, super close. Now we're coming up towards the end of Lani Kai Loop, which will take us back to the monument and then back into Kailua. But I want to give you guys a little glimpse of our favorite spot, which is Lani Kai. Dream come true to be able to live in Lani Kai. So hopefully I didn't make you too dizzy watching this video. I appreciate you watching all my videos. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me.